Aba, tumitindi na ang korupsyon. Buti na lang itong si Senador Cayetano. Binuking niya ang korupsyon sa loob ng government agencies. Buti na lang may mga ganyan tayong senador na matapang na nagsasalita kung ano talaga ang katotohanan, kung ano talagang nangyayari na ngayon. O ito, panoorin ang video.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, it will be an honor, Mr. President.
Thank you. Pwede po preliminary lang, then I'll give a short preface para pilitin ko i-clean talaga. Tama po ba that ARTA covers all departments, all agencies, instrumentalities of government?
So all of those are covered except for the constitutional bodies, the legislature, and the judiciary, Mr. President.
Okay, so judiciary, constitutional bodies like COA, CSC, COMELEC, and then Congress. Magkano po budget nyo?
Budget po for 2026, ang proposed is 519 million, Mr. President.
Okay. And more or less, magkano po, sorry Chairman, you might not be, or we can go back to it, but more or less the Ombudsman is 4 or 5 billion, di ba? Something?
It's about 6 billion, Mr.
6
President.
billion. And the COA is around
16 billion, Mr. President.
yeah, 16B.
16B ang
Okay.
COA.
No, so the first point I want to make is that we have an agency. I'm not saying you're really good. I'm not saying you're really bad. The officials there. I'm just saying an objective look at it. Meron kang ombudsman na sakop lahat, kasama yung tatlo na sinabi niyo po kanina, pero may 6B. Meron ka rin COA na sakop din lahat, na may 16B, pero may anti-red tape ka na 519B. So
Million.
million. So my point is, I might criticize a little bit now, but I want to temper it that we're also not giving you what you need to be able to cover all the agencies. Okay, so this part of the preliminary. So given the limited budget and personnel, what do you focus on? What does the head of the ARTA and his team now focus on? Is it more systems? Do they look at the part? I mean, diba, with a limited budget and such big scope, you have to prioritize. No? Nutshell lang naman, Mr. Chairman. I mean, I don't expect naman. I know everything is a priority, but when everything is a priority, nothing is a priority. So, given their budget, given the time limitation, are they focusing on the digital? Are they focusing on frontline? Are they focusing more or less lang po, more or less? I'll not take it against them pag hindi nasama sa focus.
Yeah.
Baka,
No, Mr. President, based doon sa aming budget hearing, ang focus ho nila is first yung systems. They also analyze the systems, let's say, of LGUs and agencies. Nagbibigay sila ng suggestions. They also analyze the systems of different sectors like the telecom sector, like yung business sector. So that's one. Number two will be digitalization. Ito napag-usapan ho namin sa hearing rin na we cannot fight red tape without digitalization. So yan rin po yung kanilang isang binibigyan ng focus. And also accountability, of course. So meron ho silang mga accountability mechanisms to make LGUs, NGAs, and government agencies accountable if they are not fighting red tape. So yun po yung tatlong focus nila, Minority Leader.
Thank you for that, Mr. Chair. So, given that, I'd request the Chair to study if they can give us the right answers kung if we give them additional money, saan nila ilalagay. So, dito ko na i-preface, no? Kasi ang pagkaintindi ko, when I first entered government, ang tingin ko sa graft and corruption, iisa yon. So, whether it's bribery, direct, indirect bribery, malversation, humingi ka ng projects, graft and corruption yon. But later on in my life as a public servant, it was explained also to me, and I saw it with my own eyes, that if there are unreasonable delays, inefficiencies, maaring hindi kumita ang isang public official, pero graft yon. So in my mind, dun ko, I'm not supplanting my own definition with the law. Of course, the law is very clear, whether it's RA 6713 or the plunder law or the revised penal code. Ang sinasabi ko lang, Mr. Chairman, di ba, na klaro yun pag sinabi mong halimbawa, si letter A, may ganitong project, hindi na, ginost nila, hati-hati sila, 20, 20, 30, 30. Klarong graft and corruption. Etong frequency na to, maganda. Wag na natin i-bidding. Bibigyan ka ng 50 million, ibigay mo. Oh. Klarong corruption yung mga yon, di ba? But yun nga, for example, an agency delays approval of something wittingly or unwittingly, whether, wag mo na sabihin, walang malis, hindi kumita, walang kinita, hindi siya galit sa applicant. For example, no, ngayon, let's say, Sexani is here para sa DepEd, di ba? Na for one reason or the other, delay after the delay, we didn't build classrooms. So every year that you don't build classrooms, and if it takes 2 years for a multi-level, meaning more than 2-3 floors na classroom, di ba? Every year may students kang nagsasuffer, di ba? Or kaya wala pa tayo sa discussion na to sa DPWH pa, pero ang flooding will continue. Pero kung wala tayong flood control funds next year, walang mag-a-accuse sa atin ng graft because it's our discretion whether we put it or not, whether we put flood control money or not. But 10 years from now, if Bulacan and Cebu is still flooded because we did not put the right money next year, I'm talking about theoretically or in concept, may graph, no? But para idiin ko lang, it's more of, we're talking more of the executive implementing the law sa daily lang, di ba? So, magtatayo, let's say, ng joint venture ang PhilHealth at isang laboratory, pero from the barangay to the city hall to whatever, instead of they can build in 6 months, they build in 2 years, di ba? 1.5 year ang nawala sa tao yung serbisyo na ibibigay sana ng PhilHealth, no? So my point is, if we keep saying that prevention is better than cure, bakit mas malaki ang pera na binibigay natin sa watchdog at saka sa taga-prosecute, sa COA at saka sa ombudsman, kaso sa dito sa mag-prevent, di ba? So I'll stop there, and that's the good news side of my questions. I'll try not to masyadong bad news, but konting neutral, no? So sa World Bank po kasi meron silang business registration efficiency. In 2020, Philippines required 33 days to start a business. 13 procedures, the score was 71.3. At that time, hindi ko pa kilala masyado si former ARTA head Jeremiah Bellica, but he did a couple of amazing things during that time, no? So contributing to the rank of 95th. But in 2024, 2025, kung kailan natigil naman yung pandemic, business-ready indicators now show 75 days for domestic firms and 106 days for foreign firms, signaling worsening bureaucracy and slower interagency process. Okay, let me be clear. Hindi ko sinisisi ang ARTA. Hindi kayo yung nagpatagal. Di ba? Yung nagpatagal, kung sino man yung nag-insert ng kanilang mga requirements. So from 33 days, naging 75. However, in a sense, I'm holding accountable ARTA kasi kayo taga-monitor. At dapat tuloy-tuloy na binabantayan nyo to. So, why? Why from 33 days to 75 to 106 days? Has ARTA made a study and are they aware of the problem?
Dito po sa Be Ready business Be Ready report, nasa second quintile tayo, top 40% of the 50 economies. Admittedly ho, malayo ho yan, top 40 meaning nasa kalahati lang ho tayo. Ang target po ng ARTA is to become hopefully top 20 by 2028. So yun po yung kanilang target.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'm not so much for that statistics kasi nga kontrolado lang natin Pilipinas na karaniwan hindi pa nga. Hindi naman natin kontrolado gaano ka-efficient ang Singapore, ang Japan, etc. No? More concerned ako doon sa kung totoong from 33 days to 75 days. Ba't nagkaganon? Di ba kumbaga parang nagkasakit tapos nung nabinat, mas masama pa. True story to Mr. Chairman. Before the pandemic, I was just walking sa Fort. I think sa Toby's Estate, favorite ni Ate Pia na coffee place. Yung sa likod ng Shangri-La, di ba? It's nice to walk there. So I was having coffee there. I met a Singaporean couple and parang tingin nila sa BGC Taguig is parang little Singapore. So they were, nung nalaman nila asawa ko yung mayor, they were asking, ganyan, madali bang magtayo ng business? So tinanong ko lang pabalik sa kanila, how long for to put up a business sa Singapore? Sabi niya 2 to 3. So sabi ko 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 months. Tapos, while I was asking, parang gumano na sa mind ko na, baka naman 2 to 3 days, nakakaya naman tanong ko 2 to 3 weeks. Sabi na, no, 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so, siguro malayo yung 2 to 3 hours sa 33 days. Ngayon, 75 days. I mean, if you are as shocked as I am, we don't have to finish this now and today, but can you prioritize that? Kasi, you know, it's a cycle eh. If we collect more, if there's more business, you collect more taxes, more people have jobs, we will spend less on, diba? Anyone making a lot of money will not go to public health centers, will not go to public school. Then we can also give you more money. But is there, I mean, Mr. Chairman, are they as shocked as I am here, or is there some kind of, I mean, suddenly ba may bumagal lang ba, or may nag-add ng mga requirements? Bakit naging ganito? Or have we talked to the World Bank to ask them apples to apples ba tong 2020 nila na 13 procedures, 33 days? Paano talaga naging 75 days? Tapos pag foreign firms, no? Alam niyo po, Mr. President, I don't know the specific statistics now, but at one point in time, I think Singapore got 40 to 70% of all American investments in Southeast Asia. No, and one way to do it, nagkaroon sila ng department, tagaligaw ng foreign investments, tapos one-stop shop. We can argue that they're a city-state, di ba? But parang nakikriticize ang presidente, billion ang gastos pag nag-abroad. And I'm not talking about President Marcos. Each and every president I've known have been criticized for going abroad. May figure sila ng promised foreign investment. But kung foreign investor ka and you go to Vietnam and it takes you 30 days, for example, I don't know how fast or slow, but you go to Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Singapore. Wag na Singapore kasi napaka-efficient talaga. I mean, above the rest ang Singapore. But let's say you go to Malaysia, Vietnam, or Indonesia and you can put up a business in 30 days. I mean, you can argue na, pero ang Malaysia, ilan million sila? 40 ba? 60. Ang Pilipino, 110 million. So baka mas maganda market dito. Pero ang Indonesia, 300 million eh. So parang, we're throwing things in the wind if we keep saying that ang problema lang kuryente, ang problema lang labor. Tapos it takes 100 days just to put up a business. And after this, I'm going to BIR taxes, which is even worse. So Mr. Chairman, just before we leave this topic, may sense ba yung ARTA or may ongoing bakit naging explanation, ba't naging 75 to 106 days?
Well, to be honest, Mr. President, ako nagulat rin ako dahil nung nagkaroon ho tayo ng ARTA, ang na-expect ho natin, mas bumilis yung proseso, especially ngayon that internet is commonly used already. So I was also surprised. Natanong ko nga si DG, bakit lalong naging worse yung ating starting up a business. Naging doble yung number of days to start a business. So for me, that's no excuse kasi basic po yan eh. Dapat talagang maiayos yan. At yung mga investors, sinasabi ko nga kanina, mga investors, ang tinitignan nila yung proseso natin, how fast they can set up businesses, especially mga small and medium enterprises. So, ako, there's no excuse, Mr. President, Minority Leader, na nangyari yan. And I was assured by the Director General na by next year, isa-set up na nila itong Central Business Portal which aims to shorter the time of business registration. So lahat po nandito na sa portal. This will be a cooperation between the DICT and also ARTA. But I share your sentiments, Mr. President, na may ARTA na nga tayo, dapat nag-i-improve yung process. Ako naniniwala.
May ARTA pero panay arte yung ibang mga agencies.
Kaya nga ho eh. So kung kaya ho ng Singapore na 2 to 3 hours, dapat kaya rin ho natin, especially with the use of internet.
Mr. President, one thing
with the permission of the sponsor and the interpolator, the chair will just interject. I principally authored and sponsored RA 9485. Ito yung nagpasa sa Anti-Red Tape Act way back in 2007. Ang recollection ko, yung original version as passed. No? Pag simple transactions, 3 days. Pag complex, 5 days. Pag hindi na-approve, pag hindi na-actionan, is that 5 days or 10 days? 7 days. Anyway, pag hindi na-actionan, within 3 days, deemed approved. And merong sanction doon sa agency na hindi nag-act on the whatever application. So my question is it still being followed strictly?
Yes, Mr. President, that's being strictly implemented, Mr. President.
Bakit 75 days yung narinig natin? Parang yun ang norm. Kung 3 days and ba't naging 7 days? Ang recollection ko, 5 days eh.
Ang explanation ho sa akin, Mr. President, ng ating DG, maraming dinadaanan na agencies. For example, Securities and Exchange Commission, DTI, BIR, then kukuha rin sila certification from SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, and then after that, pupunta sa LGUs. No?
Yes, I understand, Chairman Sherwin. That makes it a complex transaction. Kasi maraming agencies na dadaanan. And there's a period required under the law na kailangan maaksyonan. I think during the deliberations, lahat ito na-consider. Pagka yung simple transactions, ito yung single agency. So even if there are other agencies involved, merong talagang period required na kailangan ma-actionan, ma-approve or ma-disapprove. Otherwise, deemed approved. So nangyayari ba yung merong deemed approved? Parang wala eh.
The way I understand it, Mr. President, yung deemed approved, meron pong dalawang requirements. The payment of fees and also the documentary requirements. As long as itong dalawang requirements are fulfilled, pwede hong matrigger yung deemed approved, Mr. President. But in practice, sabi sa akin, DG, it's being practiced po. But you need to have those two requirements, Mr. President.
Thank you, distinguished minority leader and the sponsor. Thank you very much.
No, actually, I should thank you, Senator, and honor you. I remember that time kasi katabi ko ata si Joel Villanueva nung siya nag-sponsor sa House, nung nag-thank you sa inyo, nung eventually napasa kasi it's an anti-red tape bill but there was resistance eh. Di ba? Maraming mga agencies who were giving their reasons. And that's my point later eh, yung when do you delay the whole permit because may dahilan yung ibang agency sa iba. But just reflecting sa sinabi ni Senator Lacson, is it possible that if it is a complex transaction, you identify who is the primary agency? Di ba? So, kasi let's go through it. For example, he's putting up an ice plant. So from the barangay to the city, DTI, then let's say it's a corporation, SEC. I don't know ngayon kung ang alam ko yung ice plant ngayon wala ng franchise eh. Nung araw may congressional franchise pa yan. So let's say kailangan ng ECC because of the area, di ba? Tapos depende kung nasaan ka, may ibang mga permits. If you identify the city or the SEC as the primary, then sila ang magbibilang nung 20 days, di ba? Kasi kung hindi, ang mangyayari, barangay. So, pag sinabing 3 days or 2 days, deemed approved. Ang problema, pagpunta ng city, anong tatanggapin nila na deemed approved? Kasi usually, ang dala nila yung application, tapos may date, tapos away pa sa city. Hindi, boss, hindi binigay so deemed approved. So, that will take a day or two. Assuming mabilis din yung city, di ba? So that's why nag-accumulate yung ano ba yung rule? 3720. Di ba? Wag niyong itataya yan. 3720. Hindi tumatama kaya wag niyong itataya. Hindi nga tumatama, hindi nagagawa, no? So my point, Mr. Chair, after reflecting sa sinabi ni Senator Lacson, ang red tape at ang corrupt at ang inefficient, nag-i-innovate yan especially kung the inefficiency leads to corruption. Diba, there are two kinds of inefficiency or three kinds Yung unwittingly, yung talagang ano lang, they want to make sure they do everything by the book, so it turns out longer. The second one is amad. The third one is the longer it takes kasi more magbibigay para mapabilis. Diba? We believe it or not, Mr. President, sipin niyo po sa passport. Sa passport, nung nadidelay, ang iba nating OFW pala, yung recruiter, nagbabayad ng 50 mil per passport. So nung tinanong ko sa recruiter, sa recruitment agency at mga taga-POA, ba't naman kayo magbabayad ng 50,000? Sabi, boss, 3,000 ang sweldo ng OFW, ready na yung employer. 6 months na didelay yung passport. Di nawala sila 6 times 3, $18,000. $1,000 yung passport, bibigay ko. So anong natuklasan namin dun sa DFA? May isang McDonald's or Jollibee, meron silang computers doon or laptop, pinupuno nila yung appointment, tapos ibebenta nila. Tapos yung iba may kakuntsaba pa na travel agency. So my point is, if they innovate, we also have to innovate. It's not going to be easy. But your job is not to make it easy your job is to make it easy for people. Your job, nakakainis man minsan, di ba? I mean, kung mayor ako or secretary ako ngayon, maaring inis ako sa ARTA. But that's your job, to make them uncomfortable so that people will be comfortable. Diba? Kasi to my second point, doon sa 2024 World Bank study, Be Ready, B as in beta, report shows that although Philippines ranked 16th in regulatory framework pillar, which is good, it performed poorly in public service operational efficiency pillars, weak performance in areas such as business entry competition, frontline public service deliveries, etc., etc. Di ba? So, well, ang questions na nandito, why, what enforcement, etc. Hindi ko na isa-isa yan, but banggit lang ako isang example. Tatanungin ko to kay Secretary at sana payagan ako ng chairman na si Secretary Herbosa mismo ang sumagot, no? Every year ang laki ng HPEP para sa health centers. Every year nag-aagawan, ayaw nila i-itemize. So siya nagsasabi kung kanino mapupunta. And then after 2-3 years, nakalamsam yun eh, di ba correct? I mean,
meron pong annex, Mr. President.
Pero pag annex, napapalitan eh, di ba? During the year.
During the year.
Oo.
Yeah. I mean, during the budget
Implementation,
process.
yeah.
Kinakabit na ho ngayon ng, kinakabit po sa
Sige,
budget.
but my point is this, no? Dapat, part ng efficiency, anti-red tape, alam mo na, eto yung dami ng barangay, eto yung walang health center, eto lalagyan mo. Kaya nga nilalagay ng kontratista, di ba? This is the amount, 40 million, 180 days to comply. Kung yung kontratista, pinipinalize natin, at least now, kung hindi niya matapos ng 180 days, what about DOH? Di ba? So from the time we approve it in December, gaano katagal bago niyo ilabas yung plano, bago kayo mag-MOA sa DPWH, tapos nakita ko si Sec. Herbosa, nag-i-inspect, tapos nagugulat siya dahil panay halaman na yung hindi natapos. Unlike DPWH, pag gumawa ng flood control, pera ng DPWH yun. Ang nagbabantay dapat nun, DPWH. Ang DOH, pera to ng DOH eh. So ba't siya nag-inspect nung natiwangwang na? Eh may regional director siya eh. So nung inumpisahan, hindi nila tinignan. O tapos nung nag-delay siya pa magpapabida para pumasyal siya doon. Tapos kaya lang pala pumasyal doon, mag-abroad na ulit. Actually, akala nung DFA secretary siya eh. Mas marami pa ata siyang abroad sa DFA. No, but seriously, Arta, I don't want you to impeach the whole cabinet, but my rule, in areas that I have authority, no, that's not much areas, but like in my office, simple ang rule ko. Hindi ako naghahanap ng sasampulan. Si Senator Lacson maraming sinasampulan, kahit na nung Chief PNP pa siya. Ako ang rule ko, ayoko, pero wag ka mag-volunteer. So kung may secretary na kayo na nagbo-volunteer na kasi palpak lahat ng ginagawa, delayed ang vaccines, hindi umaabot on time. Yung nilalabas ng gamot, nag-expire na. Yung health center, hindi tumatakbo. Tapos, sisisihin niya local government, wala daw doktor. Eh, ba't mo binigyan ng health center? Si Sec. Sani Anggaran, nandyan sa likod. Hindi magbibigay yan ng school na walang lupa. So pag sinabi ko, boss, pengen naman para sa Taguig, may lupa ba? Yes. Oh. Of course, siya naglalagay ng plantilla, kaya alam niya pag meron o hindi. Siyempre, tatanungin niya, may estudyante pa. Baka naman bukid yon na napakalaki na wala. So, ibig sabihin, ang DOH naglalagay ng health center, hindi mo muna kakausapin yung mayor or governor na may pondo ka ba para sa nurse, may ganyan ka ba? Diba? So, this is all part of anti-red tape. So, again, no, I don't expect you to go through all of it. Senator Lacson, when he was Chief PNP, meron siyang programa about yung, sir, the waistline, no?
34-inch waistline.
Ilan po?
34-inch waistline.
34-inch waistline. I barely made it. So, hindi. Few months ago, nag-36, buti bubalik sa 34. Pero my point is this, hindi ginawa ni Sen Ping na each and every single one siya pa tumingin. May chain of command, tapos kung sino nag-volunteer, after the time na binigay niya mag-exercise, nasampulan. So alam nung buong organisasyon na you mean business. So I don't know, under the law, mas alam ni Senator Testaman Joel Villanueva, happy birthday, Senator Robin. Mas alam ni Senator Ping yung batas sa anti-red tape. But I do know that mula sa kagawad ng barangay or SK hanggang sa presidente, we're sensitive to the media. So if you remember Noli De Castro, meron silang parang horror role at saka meron silang hoy gising dati. So again, di ba, if all the agencies, all the departments score 85, or 80, or meron 80, may 90, may 95, okay lang eh. Pero may isang departamento ka, 65, 70, or kung may 5 kang kategory sa kanilang department, 4 out of 5 palpak. Oh, i-horror roll nyo naman. Di ba? You have that power. Kasi unang-una, hindi naman kayo magpre-press con, hindi naman kayo, you just have at the start of the year, eto ang grading system namin ha. So sa lahat ng may infra, ang normal na bidding, let's say is 30 to 45 days before you bid it out. When you bid it out, you have to award by this date. The contractor, ganito. You have to finish it. It's very scientific and very objective. So pag hindi, mapapahiya. So can you imagine, if I was DPWH, DOTR, DOH secretary ngayon at pag-start ko pa lang, may metrics na kayong ibibigay sa akin dun sa Klaro ha. And it doesn't have to be the whole department. I mean, sa DOH, ano pinaka-importante? Anti-stunting, yung first 1,000 days, yung bakuna, tapos primary healthcare halimbawa, di ba? So you don't have to look at 1,000 things. You just have to prioritize and look at all of this, no? May I ask if this makes sense to them and if they can, they have more than a month this year and then come up with it. I think it was it Congressman Sarmiento ba? Or may congressman dati eh. Ang ginagawa niya sa probinsya niya, may index card siya, may indicator eh. Tapos tuwing budget hearing, pupunta siya sa departamento, whether regional department o bibigyan niya ng grade eh. 85 ka boss, 75 ka boss. Tapos nakalagay doon, bakit ka 75? Sa infra delayed, so 60 ka lang. Sa sagot ng telepono, sulat kanya 90 ka kasi mabilis kang sumagot, di ba?
Thank you, Minority Leader. That's exactly what our Majority Leader suggested earlier na sinang-ayunan ho natin na ang ARTA dapat meron ho silang parang anti-red tape performance review or ease of doing business performance review. Kahit hindi na ho i-gawin sa libro, kahit na i-upload na lang sa internet. So that may scorecard all agencies, all GOCCs, pati LGUs para malaman ho natin, Minority Leader, sino yung mga magagaling na agencies pagdating sa fighting red tape, ano yung mga best practices ng iba't ibang agencies and LGUs. Sa ngayon ho, walang ganun. Merong awarding every night pero hindi natin alam kung sino rin yung poorly performing. But kanina, na-mention ko meron silang mga top complained agencies na dapat rin i-publish rin yung para malaman din natin at magamit rin natin during budget hearings. No?
And Mr. Chairman, may I suggest, they just pick yung pinaka-frontline at pinaka-importante, education, health, taxation. Pili lang kayo ilan, pero kailangan kasi January 1 or even before that, para fair, sinasabi nyo na, binabantayan namin to. And if they pass, you're still victorious. Kasi they might have passed because nga alam nila eh. Sino ba nagsabi nun yung scientist na by merely observing, nag-iiba ang kilos ng isang tao. That's why nga hindi daw scientific lahat ng studies because if you know you're being observed, umiiba yung kilos mo. So, I'll speed it up, Mr. Chair, dahil alam ko nakiusap lang tayo kay Senator Pia na para ituloy yung DSWD. But may I take advantage that Senator Joel, Senator Lacson is here, Senator Pia, sa Ways and Means naman siya. Nung hiningi ko sa dating BIR Commissioner, kung na-issuean ng LOA ng letter of authority ever in this administration, yung top 15 contractors, sabi niya kailangan executive session. Kailangan naman mag-move tayo para dun lang. Kaya sabi ko nga sa kanya, I think Senator Marcoleta pa ang chairman nun, sabi ko, baka naman pwedeng 5 minutes break, officially it's an executive session, iabot mo sa amin. No? The reason why I ask this, kasi lahat halos ng businessman, maliit, medium, malaki na nakausap ko, pati oligarchs, nalulunod daw sila sa
Pilipinas loob. No? Bilyon-bilyon ang pinag-uusapan. Ang pumaldo, mga buhaya naman. O ayon ko dito kay Hero Antaw. Bilyon-bilyon pinag-uusapan pero kaming mga mahihirap, wala man lang napala. Sabi ni Derek CN, corruption pinag-usapan nyo, isama nyo yung nilabas ni Saldico. Ayan, yung nilabas ni Saldico, ay dapat imbestigahan din nila yan. Kasi mali-maletang pera ang ibinigay sa kanila. Paldo talaga. Pero yung mga nabahaan, ewan ko lang hanggang ngayon kung naka-recover na. Ewan ko lang hanggang ngayon ay napaayos na yung bahay nila sa halagang 5,000 peto-teto-tet. Di ba? Pinagyabang. Magbibigay ng 5,000 para sa mga nasiraan ng bahay. Hanggang saan naabot yung 5,000 na yun? Sabi ni Emma Biana, mayaman ang Pilipinas, marami nagugutom pero ang mga buhaya lang ang nakinabang. Itong mga ganitong komento, alam na nila kung ano po yung mga katotohanan na nangyayari. Paano, habang tumatagal, dumadami na yung mga nagsasalita tungkol sa korupsyon na yan. Akalain mo dating magkakampi, nagsasalita na, magkapatid pa nga, di ba? Yung sa Kongreso, may mga nagsalita na. Dito sa Senado, may mga matapang na nagsasalita dyan. Kaya habang tumatagal yan, habang palapit na palapit ang 2028, yung iba, magtatalunan yan. Kung saan yung sinusuportahan ng taong bayan. Yung organic talaga na sinusuportahan na, alam natin, si BP Sara na yan. Ganito na lang, thank you.